Hey, folks. Good morning, or actually, good afternoon. I'm here. It took me a minute to get here, but I am here. And that actually gives you a sense of some of what we are dealing with today. Today is 11/11, perhaps the most sacred date of the year. That's a wonderful thing. It's Monday, and obviously, every Monday I do the three-card weekly reading here on Facebook Live. You might also be watching it in archive on Instagram or YouTube. Hey, Lori, first one here. So happy to see you. So it's 11/11. Dana, glad you're here. We'll talk about what 11/11 means. Amy, nice to see you. We will also talk about Mercury making its trip across the sun. So it's a huge day. It is a great day to get a reading. My phone's been off the hook all day because people know this. But you know what? The energy of this really goes throughout the week. And that makes the three-card weekly reading that we do here today really very, very special. Hey, Julie, nice to see you. Right, what an energy today, for sure. So let's talk about that real quickly. Sonia, nice to see you. As people are coming into the room, I won't necessarily be able to acknowledge all of you, but know that I can see you. I appreciate that you're here. And again, for those of you watching in archive, I appreciate that you're here too. So 11/11. Today is November 11th. It's also Veterans Day here in the United States. So, big love and support for all of those who serve now and who have served our country. Jan, nice to see you. Karen, glad you're here. So beyond it being Veterans Day, 11/11 is considered a master number and an angel number. Now, what that means, really varies depending on who you talk to. Hey, TK, glad you're here. So I think about 11/11 as a sacred number that speaks to a sense of vibrational ascension. And, we think about the ascended masters, those who are spiritual leaders in a real way, those who have been over time, Buddha, Christ, that kind of thing. It's considered that 11/11 is their number. And so anything with 11/11, you look at the clock and you see that it's 11/11, the date 11/11, this is a time of a bit of a higher vibration, and it calls us to elevate our own vibration. So we got that going on. Now, what else is happening? Mercury is crossing across the sun. This will not happen again unless I live to be into my late 80s. This will not happen again in my lifetime. And that's an interesting thing because it's like a rebirth of Mercury. It's the same energy as an eclipse in a way, but having to do with Mercury. Now, we know Mercury has been in retrograde, and we know that anything having to do with Mercury has to do with connections and communication. And good Lord, Cheryl says that right now, this minute, 11 people are in the room. Woo! Very good. Good observation, Cheryl. That's awesome. So that was cool. That gave me chills. All right. And of course, we welcome more people too. So when we talk about this Mercury transit across the sun, it is a rebirth of Mercury. And what that means is we are called to communicate better. That means communicate with spirit better. That means communicate with our higher selves better. And that means communicate with one another better, to listen better, to hear better, to be able to speak our hearts better. So we see an elevation in our spiritual vibration, and we see an elevation in our ability to communicate with spirit, with self, with one another. So that sets the stage for this reading. Of course, when we do this three-card weekly reading, we talk about what energies are available to us right now. And clearly, there's a lot of energy swirling around. So the question is, how will that show up in the cards and what information will that give us? Let's take a look and see. I am using, by the way, this is my standard workhorse deck right now this minute. It is Morgan Greer. Ouch! Well, and okay, Mercury is in retrograde. 10 of Swords. We must use this energy to make sure that we do not hurt ourselves and others with our words. We may feel like speaking sharp words to each other. When other people speak sharp words to us, we need to take a break, step back, don't rise to the fight right away. And some of that ascended vibrational energy, let's use that to heal those in pain. Okay. Death reversed. Whatever we're doing right now is going to have ramifications into the future. We are looking at energies that won't change for a while. And so we need to dig our heels in and be in for the long fight, for the long haul. Whatever your cause is, whatever you're trying to do in your life, in your community, in your country, on your planet, dig your heels in and get ready to fight, but don't fight in ways that cause pain. Use this ascended vibration. Use these greater communication skills to fight in a way that's really going to make a difference. Page of Cups. What a beautiful message to tie this together. You know, we have to admit that these energies are not the easiest. But the Page of Cups really speaks to this Mercury energy in combination with 1111 and tells us to speak our hearts, to come from a place of love, to be messengers of love. Use love to heal those who are in pain. Use love to heal your own pain. Be steadfast in being a messenger of love, no matter who throws whatever poison darts at you, you just throw love back. That's your message this week, folks. Okay. So, yeah, Dana liked it. Okay, good. All right, just a couple of other things before I say goodbye. I want to remind you that Global Tarot Circle meets this week, Wednesday, 7 p.m. That's Eastern Time. We meet right here on my Facebook business page. Look for the live feed. Bring your tarot cards if you happen to be a tarot reader. And we have lots of fun for an hour, so I hope to see you there. For those of you who are local, I want to remind you that our Cards and Conversation Tarot Meetup meets this Sunday at Panera in Palm City. And that's at 4 p.m., 4 to 6. And we've got a couple of classes coming up. Our very first class in the conference room, the new conference room in my new office, coming up in not this week, but the following week. So I look forward to seeing you there. And of course, we've got our holiday open house coming up in December. So there's a lot of great things going on. If you want to keep track of it, just look at the events on my Facebook business page right here, Christiana Gaudette. You can also go to my website, Christiana Gaudette, and sign up for my newsletter, which comes out every Wednesday. I want to thank you all for being here, for being part of this message. And of course, if you would like a personal reading, looking at how to use this available energy or just looking at what's going on in your life, we can work by phone, Skype, FaceTime, Messenger, WhatsApp, or if you happen to be local, right here in my Palm City office. So I will look forward to connecting with you. I thank you all so much for being here, either live or in archive. And thank you so much. Have a great week, everyone.